Wow. So the whole crew gets shot up. Teddy is recovering with an old CIA friend that gets off on surgical procedures or operations, and Gustavo and Franklin are locked up with lions, tigers, and bears. Oh my! Okay, I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. No lions and bears, but let's get into this. My name is Brandon Keith Avery, and this is just my opinion. Hey, what's going on, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Just My Opinion. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. And with this one right here, guys, we're talking Snowfall Season 5, Episode 5, titled The Elliot Part 1. A brutal attack leaves the crew in chaos. And guys, I just want to let you know that this is going to be a spoiler-filled recap. I'm going to spoil this episode up, down, left, right, in, and out, as if you've already seen it. You have been warned. And if this is your first time finding my channel and you like the video, please go ahead and give me that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. But guys, we got to get into this. This is another great episode. Who in the world is trying to take out Franklin, Jerome, and Leon and the whole crew? We already know that Avi is going to be pissed off because he lost one of his dudes, and I feel sorry for Avi because I like Avi. Let me know in the comment section if you like Avi too, but let me not jump too far ahead. I'm just so excited. This is a great episode. We got a great episode with number 4 at the ending of that with Sissy meeting up with this guy named Ruben through some contact with Anna, and we do not know what agency he works for. We know it's not the CIA, FBI, NSA, or something like that. It has to be some foreign international group, and I am very, very excited to see exactly what is going on and what is his true motive. Because just like Sissy said, she's like, look, I know that you're not into this, you know, you and your agency just because you want to help me get revenge. I mean, you're in this because you want a piece of the pie too, but I'm not stupid. But the way the episode started off, let's just start from the beginning. Franklin got the green light from Veronique, which I don't trust, about this investment in this downtown property. And they trying to move these funds, these tens of millions of dollars. And so they got to go to Louis and Jerome to get help. And Franklin is tripping. He is getting on my nerve. He is being way too intrusive. I mean, bro, when you ask somebody something, good social skills, only ask one time. I mean, definitely don't ask nobody something more than twice. I mean, unless y'all just super duper cool, y'all just got that super duper rapport as family or something, you still don't want to just take advantage of people. You know what I'm saying? But if it's just, but you know, this is family to, you know, Louis and Jerome is family technically, but you're asking them to invest $10 million. Dude, okay, ask one time and leave it alone. You pressuring them like, hey, all you got to do is make the phone call and then they're going to move the money from Panama. And all you got to do right here is just sign the line. You know what I'm saying? Here you just wherever, here you go, just sign it. You're going to sign it, sign it. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Let them think about it. Oh, I gave you time to think about it, but now it's time to pull the trigger. I'm like, bro, are you serious? Just like Jerome said, like, man, $10 million, that's just about all the money I have or that we have. And, you know, $10 million, that's just a trigger I'm not ready to pull right now. And I like the way that Louis let him know, like, Franklin, now, we didn't agree to sign it. You know, we said that we would think about it, and she's being cool, calm, and collective and reserved and respectful, and I love all that. She's like, Franklin, I'm glad you have dreams, but they're not ours. We have our own plans. Franklin, like, oh yeah, I respect it. I'm just looking out. You know, I'm like, bro, no, you're looking out for yourself. Franklin, I like you, but you're coming off a bit selfish right now, and I don't appreciate it. You know, everybody has their hand in this pot as far as breaking the family up, you know, but Franklin episode before last, you threatened, I was about to say you threatened Franklin. Oh my goodness gracious. You threatened Louis, talking about, I am prepared to do anything. And I just really feel that that's messed up. But now, just because she does not want to invest $10 million, you're going to get mad and storm out the club. We're talking about stubborn motherfuckers. You know, why are you going to tell me this right now? I'm just like, bro, you are so out of pocket. That is just ridiculous for you to be this upset. You know, it just, you tripping. You're the one right now, at least drawing a rip between the families. Stop it. Get your head right. I don't trust Veronique, but at least she is trying to cool Franklin down and be like, hey, babe, it's going to be okay. You know, we can still do this. He talking about we pushing up all our chips in here. Yeah, Louis and Jerome, they know the risk. They don't want to risk it. So don't get mad at them. You tripping and you definitely need to dial it back. But going back to Sissy and Ruben, I'm really curious to know who this agency is. And this dude gonna talk about, hey, take this pin wire right here, and I want you to drop it in Franklin's office right here so we can bug him. And she's like, wait a minute. I came to you because I'm trying to take out Teddy in the CIA. They killed my husband. You want me to snitch on my son? What kind of crap is this? And he's like, well, I mean, we got to do what we got to do, sissy. I mean, if we're going to get him, we got to know who is Franklin's working for, the offshore accounts, who the gun runners are, the drug pushers, all that. She's like, no. Now, I do like the fact that Ruben was like, well, hey, at least take the pen and do whatever you want with it. You don't have to put it in Franklin's office, but we do need more information. Now, I completely understand where Ruben is coming from. They do need information to get the job done. I get it, but you cannot expect this woman to rat out and snitch on her own son. Sissy, I love Alton, but I'm pissed off about him because in a way, he brought this on himself as far as like, you know, they was like, don't go to the press, don't go to the radio. He still want to go screaming in the radio show or whatever, which was stupid. Even though Teddy did not have a reason to kill him, we don't know that after the fact because they went to Cuba, and I thought he was going to keep his mouth shut, but maybe Teddy just wants to, you know, make sure that all loose ends are taken care of. But I'm really curious to know what is going on with Ruben, if we can trust him or not. I want to give Sissy the benefit of the doubt and just be like, hey, this is an intelligent woman. She knows what she's doing. She's not a dummy. She's not an idiot. I mean, she's an elder. And I'm not a super elder, but you know what I'm saying. And also, you know, she was married, well, she's still married to a Panther, you know, and they were about that life. So we're just going to see how that plays out. But the next scene right here, guys, is where the crap hits the fan. We think that this is just a normal drop between Franklin, the head of everything in Los Angeles, and the CIA. And this van pulls up and just starts busting shots. Now, I have been saying this for the longest, that Franklin has enough money to where they need to have all the guns on them at the same time. Like at the same, I'm not even making sense. That he just needs to be strapped from head to toe 24/7. It don't make sense you having a little handgun and you know, you didn't really look like you knew what you was doing, but at the same time, I'm not some marksman expert gun enthusiast like that either, you know, and this is in a firefight. You're not trying to get shot while you're shooting people. You're going to be nervous, you know, but it was just kind of funny how he was flinging this gun. Now, it was nice that Teddy did get a shot off and pop the driver. That was dope. But as soon as he got hit right here, man, he was out of there. Now, do y'all think that Teddy is messed up for bailing on them? Because, I mean, he was in the fight. Nobody knows what they're going to do when they're in the moment. But he was shot and he panicked and drove off. Does he owe Gustavo and Franklin some type of loyalty? You know, I'm on the fence, you know, but like Gustavo said, when Franklin then was walking, like, hey, well, Franklin was like, hey, do you know why Teddy would bail on us like that? Gustavo was like, yeah, he got shot. I saw it. And he was like, I saw it. You know, and he didn't say like I would have bailed too. But unfortunately, the guy Fitu is I think his name. He got shot and he's dead. He's out of there. You know, resting. He got his 15 minutes of screen time. I hope it worked out for you, dude. But at first I was thinking like, okay, Franklin, I like how you backed into the truck to take them out. It's not like they could have, you know, the van couldn't have drove off because the driver was popped. You know, so they were stuck there, and I don't think they're going to get out and remove the driver in the middle of a shootout. But I don't know the layout of where they were. But I was like, well, Franklin, since they can't drive, don't back into them. Just drive forward and drive away. But it could have been a dead end. I don't know. Of course, he knows the location more than I do. But that was intense, and I was nervous. I was like, wow, I did not expect this to happen at all. I mean, they are at the top of the food chain right here as far as power and control and respect. So for somebody to just come in and just start shooting at them, I was like, well, I did not see that, you know, coming at all. And it really did pop my eyes open. And Teddy gets panicking. I was like, I don't think Teddy's going to die, but I was like, maybe he is, but he had to pull over, man, and put that cocaine patch right there and sniff it. I'm assuming to stay alive and to get his adrenaline going so he can get where he needs to go. I've never done that before. I don't know if it works or not, but apparently it does. And Gustavo and Franklin, you know, Franklin had a little attitude. I can understand you just in a shootout right now, but Gustavo was like, hey, do you know who it was? Do you recognize the car? Franklin's like, bro, ain't nobody finna pull up in a drive-by in their own car. You know, and it was like Gustavo, and Gustavo could have been like, you need to dial it back. But, you know, of course, you know, they just trying to get it together. And this is just bothers me, man. They end up in the wrong neighborhood and just, I mean, we know how it works. just because they in the wrong neighborhood, these Hispanics want to come over and fuck with them, mess with them. Hey, what's in the bag? Why you leave them alone, man? Leave them alone. Like, I really wish, and I just have to say this, Franklin then ran out of bullets. It's like, I understand that you're meeting with the CIA and all that, and y'all been doing this for years, but I guess it's on GP, general principles. Like, make sure you got enough bullets on you, bro. Make sure. Because they really needed them when they was being chased throughout the neighborhood. I'm glad they got away. And right before that, they were sending all these 911 texts to Jerome, Leon, and Louis and all that. And I like the conversation that Cece was having with Louis. And before I go on there, I love the relationship between Jerome and Louis as well. And the reason why I say this is Cece is trying to tell them like, hey, I don't need you to invest with Franklin. I don't need you to invest with my son. But this castle that y'all are building right now is going to crumble. And so you don't have to invest with my son, but please think of a way out. Please have a plan. Please just don't have your money, stuffed under a mattress on the wall. Of course, I don't think they're doing that right now. They're in banks in Panama. But I just like that she's just looking out for them. And the reason why I like Louis and Jerome's relationship is Louis speaks. She's not just some woman that just like, whatever you say, sir, whatever you say, master. Jerome, is it okay for me to speak? No, she speaks her mind whenever she wants. She's like, I don't want to have the same conversation twice. I'm out here sweating up my edges. And Jerome is just sitting back, not saying anything and letting his woman speak. But at the same time, Jerome will speak up when it's necessary. And it's just, they just have that bond. You might as well call them soulmates. I love their husband and wife relationship. Because even prior in this episode, earlier on, where Franklin was trying to get them to sign the papers, Louis was speaking at first. But then when, I forgot exactly what Franklin said, but then Jerome came in and was like, hey, nephew, we got our own plans. And so I just like how they bounce off of each other. Louis may say something, but then Jerome may say something, and they just know when to come in and help each other out. I mean, it's just a beautiful partnership. No relationship is perfect, of course, but I do like everything they have going on right there. But going back to Franklin, that they're running for their lives and they hide under the house. And I'm like, yeah, that's smart. Stay there for hours. Y'all got $3 million in cash on you. Yeah, you need to spend the night right there. Only thing I disagree with is when Gustavo was leaving, he was trying to take the money with him, and Franklin was like, no, leave the money here. We can come back and get it later. I agree with that 100%. I just would have took the extra time, I think, to use my hands and try to bury those bags under sand. Just to make sure, because you never know. I mean, kids can be kids, and kids wander around. You never know if they can just be hide and seek, and they just randomly go up under the house and find a bag of money. It's not likely, but it can happen. I'm just saying, me as a child, I know that I was wandering around looking in little cubby holes and stuff like that. And so I just would have buried it in some sand, but other than that, it's no big deal. Now, unfortunately, right before that, when Franklin is on the phone with Jerome, he gets shot at. And I can understand, rest in peace to all the innocent bystanders that got shot. And I can understand the first person getting shot, but it was about 5, 6, 7 gunshots that went off, and you still got waiters standing up. I'm like, well, I don't understand how you do not hear the first shot and automatically you fall to the ground. I mean, even the second, but I'm not trying to be insensitive, but I'm like, you deserve to get shot or whatever. But I was like, how many shots does it take for you to get your ass on the ground and stay there until it's over with? Louis on the table shooting like this, and I'm just like, man, who the hell is this trying to take out our kingpins, trying to take out the family? It's frustrating the hell out of me, and I cannot wait until we find out. But she's like, man, what's going on? Why people are shooting at y'all? And I hate the fact that they had to call, Sergeant Buckley, the red bone, as he called himself, the bitch nigga, as Jerome called him. I like that Veronique was like, give me the guns, and she played it well. She played her part. And Louis, I know she was, and I got his pager, and you want me to page him? That's not her. She was being extra on purpose, and I like that. Everybody was contributing, playing their role, and I like that. I like that. But when when Buckley came up, I really loved the way that Jerome did not bow down. Thank you so much. Like, he was like, yeah, you a bitch nigga. I don't like, how about I split your head open to the white meat to your skull, the way you disrespecting my wife and all that. He let him have it, and I like that. Louis was the one that had to apologize. Jerome wasn't having it because he knew he a bitch nigga. That's why he said, he was like, man, come holler at me when you are not hiding behind that badge. You know, it's like, man, you would not be talking all this shit with this little dick energy if you did not have that badge to hide behind. You know, you wouldn't just run up to me straight up man to man, hand to hand. You wouldn't do that. You gotta hide behind the badge. You gotta hide behind your gang. So shout out to Jerome for holding it down. You know what I'm saying? One of my favorite characters in the show. I love this dude. I love this dude. Now, I also want to ask y'all, what's up with Peaches? What's up with Black Diamond and I forgot the other one's name. Is it, no, Black, I forgot. Y'all can rip me up in the comments. Is it Black and Diamond or Black? I forgot their names, but y'all know the two strippers and Peaches. Do y'all think that they was up to this? I really be upset if it was Peaches. I doubt it, but we're going to see. Y'all let me know in the comment section what you think. Now, I have so much respect for Leon. I love this dude too. He's one of my favorites. I always say Leon gets swollen with each season, but he on that education right here trying to empower his people, talking about, hey man, let's use the white laws against the white people the way they use it against us. Malcolm X said in the Constitution that you have the right to bear arms. And that dude like, man, you know, what you talking about? That's not gonna make sense. And they was saying, he's saying advantageous. Yes, that's when you put yourself in the best situation for the best outcome. I don't know what it means. You're pointing, that's the motherfucker. This motherfucker right here don't know what he's talking about. Spell advantageous. Were we in class? I know what it means. That was funny. And I respect Leon for that. And guys, that is crucial, okay? That is crucial. That is crucial. We gotta educate ourselves. If we wanna get out of this mess, we're in a system of racism and white supremacy. If eventually, if our grandchildren, if you my age, if you're in your mid-30s, if you really want to live in a system of justice where no person is mistreated and the people that need help gets the most constructive help, education is part of that. Not only that is, we have to know past education too, not just for pride and to know who we are so that we can see the things that did work and the things that doesn't work or didn't work and then make adjustments and just teach our children as each generation goes on. Of course, there's a lot more to that, but I was just feeling all of Leon's energy, education, reading, and of course, self-defense. You know, it don't matter if y'all are educated. If you can't defend yourself, it don't matter. So I really respect the fact that Leon is getting guns. You know, old dude talking about it's Chinatown. They're going over to Ivy. Now, Leon, this is kind of messed up on your part, bro. You come to Ivy asking for all these rocket launchers and bazookas. He delivers and you say, I don't want it anymore. Bro, you should have just bought that. You got the money to do it. You should have just bought that. And then like, okay, in the future, I just want, you know, handguns and rifles. Like, everybody in the project should at least have a handgun on them. Everybody, the men, the women, and the children. Maybe a shotgun too. Now, if you want to get some assault rifles and armor pistol rounds, you know, have maybe one for every, you know, 10 people or 20 people or whatever, you know, or a rocket launcher for one every 10 or 20. Okay, that's fine. But everybody needs to have a gun on them and at least a shotgun or something like that. I mean, you got to, that's just what I would do. You know what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate that one of Ivy's people got taken out. He was a soldier too. He was a rider because as soon as the bullets started flying, he pushed Ivy out the way and started letting off. And, you know, he died. He got shot in the chest a bunch of times. And I was just thinking about this, the vantage point from the shooting. I just think that they should have been able to get off more shots. But again, I've never been in a firefight before. Your accuracy going to be off. You're nervous. You're trying to shoot and aim, wild dodge, you know. But I'm glad they did get a body. Of course, they didn't have any IDs on the body. But I was just like, man. And what really sucks, I don't want the relationship between Franklin and or Leon and Ivy to dissipate, because Ivy can, you know, he's an important character. You know, he has some muscle, he has some power, he has some pull and will. You know, you can't just go anywhere and get bazookas. And so, you know, for him to be able to get that from Franklin, I think for him to be able to do that, to move that type of the equipment, I just think is an important asset. And so I don't want that to, you know, I don't want that to go away because he lost a man. So y'all let me know what y'all think about that as well. Now we got to talk about this CIA friend right here. I took it back a couple of times. I could not understand her name and I wasn't able to turn on subtitles, but it started with a P. I want to say her name was Pethra or something. I don't know. You guys can help me out in the comment section. Now she did seem cool at first. She was like, hey, I can either call the hospital to get your ambulance, or you can give me $250,000. He's like, damn, you know, so I guess he gonna give up that $250K. But she knew what she was doing. She's, you know, wherever she came from, I forgot, she's an OCI friend, but she knew how to operate, and like your pupils are dilated, it didn't hit this artery, she's throwing salt on the wound, I'm going to the hospital to steal stuff. But man, she is concerning. It's quite disconcerting, some of the stuff that she says she gets off on. You know, what did she say exactly? I love, or I miss seeing a patient on the table during surgery, during the operation. She gets off on it. She said that she had a dream as a girl that a guy would go down on her after she knocked his teeth out. Oh gosh. I mean, that is a bloody mouth. And for you to want that down there, did I misunderstand what she said? Did I misinterpret that? She had fantasies of a guy going down on her after she knocked his teeth out. And as Teddy is laying there bleeding or recovering, she starts to masturbate. Now look, people are into whatever they into in the bedroom. That's your business. It ain't nobody else's business. But that right there is, hey, you know, if you can find somebody that y'all like bloody oral sex, go for it. But I ain't never heard of that before. You know, I ain't never heard of that before. But that's weird. Now, can we trust her? Well, apparently we probably can. I don't know. Is she gonna want in on the operation? Because Ted got all these kilos of cocaine in the trunk. We gonna see. But you know, she opened up the trunk and you know she moving the car. So we're gonna see. I don't know. I mean, she did. She's just weird. You know, I want to trust her, but she's just weird. That whole bloody oral sex thing was just a bit much for me. It was a bit much. But y'all let me know if y'all into that. No, I'm joking. Don't let me know. I don't care. But let me know what you think about her character because I'm very, very curious. And also, she said that, man, you got to be careful with blood because a nurse at the hospital got HIV from dealing with a patient. That's awful. That's so unfortunate. She said, can you imagine getting HIV without the fun? I don't want to imagine either. You know, even if I had the fun, it was only for a few moments. So that just sucks right there. Now, everybody has had crappy days, shitty days. And I know when I had one and I'm like, I cannot believe in this situation. I always look back, man, when I opened my eyes this morning, I did not think I was going to be here. I was doing this, I was doing that, but now I'm here. And when Franklin and Gustavo were under the house, that's exactly what they said. He was like, man, I got a call this morning thinking it was going to set up my family. Gustavo was like, man, I was making dinosaur pancake shapes, you know, for my kids. And now I'm running for my life, hiding $3 million. It's just crazy how your day turns out sometime. And that kind of just resonated with me right there. Now, I love this episode, except for the very ending. And that is where Franklin and Gustavo go into this random house to make a phone call. And I'm just like, okay, what are the odds that you walk into or break into some creepy animal kingdom supremacist that stuffs everything and wants to lock you into a cage with tigers? That is just filler to me, just to stretch out the episode. I know that the same kind of plot point happened in like season 1 or 2, where Teddy kidnapped Leon and Franklin. And, you know, but that was an important plot point. I doubt that this person that's locked them up in the tiger thing, he's an important character that's going to be, you know, keep coming back in the show. Now, if I'm wrong, if he does come back, then that would make more sense. But it just seemed kind of filler to me. And also like, just to raise the drama, like, oh my God, everybody has regrouped. Where's Franklin? Where's Gustavo? Or they're locked in some random person's basement in a tiger cage. I don't know. I mean, maybe they can come through and it makes much more sense, you know, in the next episode. But right now, that's just a bit sketchy to me. But overall, guys, I thought the episode was fire. I loved it. It was adrenaline pumping. I was at the edge of my seat. And I was just like, man, how in the world are they going to get out of this? And who is trying to shoot them like this? Everybody that knows where they are, you know, like somebody's been watching them and we have to figure it out. And also, we got to figure out who Ruben is and what his agenda is and if he can be trusted as well. But guys, that is going to wrap up my Snowfall episode 5 recap review. Again, please let me know what you think down below in the comment section. I would love to hear all of your thoughts. And please subscribe to my channel, because if you do, You'll see it. There's my episode 4 recap. Sometimes I do these by myself as I'm doing now. Sometimes I do that with a friend like Struggle Reviewz TV. Tyra right here. You can check that out. If you subscribe to my channel, you can also check out my Power Book 4 episode recaps. Also, Euphoria. I just wrapped up on that as well. And I also talk about Bel Air. I have a weekly movie news roundup show, spoiler reviews, and the movie reviews as well. So just make sure you subscribe to my channel. Help me reach 40,000 subscribers. That is my next large milestone before I get to 100K. But guys, again, I just want to thank you so much for tuning in. And before you go, don't forget that my name is Brandon Keith Avery, and that's just my opinion. Peace.